Hello everybody, we are back on the couch today. So this is very exciting. Arrtx has decided to send me another box of markers. Arrtx has been a wonderful company to me, and they have sent me a box before, and this is their second box they are sending me. So these are different from the first box I got. Gotta reach over here to grab them. They've been in my living room ever since because I've been using them in my sketchbook regularly. They've been great. They've been wonderful. This is the first box that they sent me. Really colorful and vibrant, and they've held up really nicely. Also, for both of these, the box actually comes as a storage unit, which is nice because they're really pretty. They're designed very well. So the markers they sent me before look like this. The top of these are colored and they got numbers on them. These do the exact same thing, which is wonderful. It's nice to know that the good things about these markers are in these too. But they sent me another box because these markers are different. These markers are extra strong coverage. They're not joking when they say these are paint and they will go over anything. The pointed ones, you just need to shake and go. These, you actually have to pump like the ink into the nib, which is really cool to do and honestly very fun. I've never seen a marker company do this before. They sent me 5 replacement nibs. Look, if I was to buy Sharpie, you know if I broke a Sharpie, they would just tell me to go buy more. But in the box, all the marker caps are colored to the actual marker, and they all have a coat on top, so you just reach down into this and you pull out whichever color you would like. They're also very pretty markers. This company does a wonderful job at making sure that the art supplies you're using are also covered in art themselves. These are also waterproof and water-based. They claim that it can go about on any surface, so I will be testing that later to see if it really will work on all surfaces. I have quite a few things in my house that are kind of blank canvases. I think these will really help brighten up my apartment. All right, let's throw this open and actually test the markers, you know, the important part of the video. Now these markers come with the benefit that they have a little window on the side of them, so you can see if the paint has separated and how much ink you actually have left. Pleasantly, they also have the instructions directly on the marker. Now these markers have a round tip and they're advertised that they don't clog, which I believe part of that can be attributed to Arrtx packaging. It keeps in mind how the ink should be stored. Alright, on to the swatches. I had no clue that this box contains silver and gold ink, and it looks really good and shiny, and I was super excited to have that. Now realistically, you would take these out one by one as needed color-wise, shake them, pump them as needed, but since I'm doing a swatch, I did all of them all at once. So if some of these look a little watery, it is purely on me not shaking them enough, and if you shake them more, they will get that creamy, really strong coverage. Just make sure to shake them more than I did. Now, I think it's pretty clear if I haven't stated it enough yet. Yes, these markers are very vibrant and colorful, and they do cover a lot. But I think it's important to point out that the colors provided are even greater than that. The white and the pastel colors are not see-through. If you take your darkest marker and you cover it with a white, the white will cover the darkest marker, and that's really powerful. I also appreciate that it didn't leave out the really dark colors. As someone who likes to make a lot of dark art sometimes, it can be a little frustrating when only color palette has just really vibrant reds and doesn't have any maroons. Also, that black straight up took my breath away. It is like the void staring back at you. It is an impressive black. Now let's get to the exciting part. I'm actually going to use these markers for a real life project outside of my sketchbook. These are advertised to go on anything and everything, so everything and everything I really like and show off is in my desk area where I do a lot of my editing and recording, and I also play a lot of games here. Now the desk that I'm doing these little flowers on is made out of like a fake wood. It's also almost pure black and slippery, so I was really putting these markers to the test because nothing like really works with my desk. It's a bit of a mess. And now what I'm doing on here is I really like lilies of the valley. Born in May, and that is my birth month flower. They're so pretty and they're associated with ghosts and skulls, and I feel like there's such a representation of beauty, grace, and death because they are poisonous. They also have a really simple color palette and they're really easy to draw, so I just got to use a green and a white. Now when I add the flowers, I was actually stunned. The white is so bright and it covered that black like it was nothing. And so it made these little flowers just stand out. And when you back up and you look at the desk from a little bit away, it just looks like the side of the desk is almost sparkling. Like it has little pearls on it or something. Like it's a really subtle, elegant thing. And the white really pulls it off. I decided to expand my design past my desk and try it on this plastic little shelf thing I have connected to my desk. It is also as black as it gets, and it is a slippery, cheap plastic. If I was to put hot glue on this, it would immediately fall off. So I was a little worried about this one more than the actual desk because nothing would really stick to this. And so it was extra slippery when I was drawing it on, but it turned out really beautiful. And I think it really gave my desk life that it didn't have before. So this is where I did the finger test, where I took my very oily, greasy fingers and I slathered it over it and it didn't move. You can feel the paint under it and it's dry and it sticks pretty well. It didn't smudge. So I was not satisfied with just my shelf and just my little desk piece. I decided to put it on metal. Not a lot of things stick to metal, especially not markers. This thing holds up my monitor and it just blends into the desk. You never see it. It's kind of ugly, not gonna lie. So I thought that this would bring it some life, and it really did make it pop. It really kept it from blending into the wall. And just like before, I swashed my finger over it and it just didn't move. It really does stick. I know my example was a little simple. I did only use 2 colors. So here's a few examples of a few projects I did that used a lot of the other colors. And as you can see, they do their job. They do it really well. Huge thanks to Arrtx, again, a wonderful company to work with. They've been so sweet to talk to. They sell these on multiple platforms. They have their own website. They also sell on Amazon if you're more comfortable with that. The links to those will be below if you want to check them out just to see what they have to offer. They also have plenty of other supplies you might be interested in. There is a box of markers from them that I do plan on buying that I've been eyeing for quite a while. I need to add to my Arrtx marker collection, okay? I'm officially like a fangirl. But the holidays are coming up, and as an artist, I know that's the best time to get the supplies you want. So put this on your wish list, your Christmas list, and let your family know, hey, maybe I want a bright box of markers. They will get it for you. I know they will, because that's what they did with me, the art kit of the family. I'm personally going to be using these all the time. I already use the other markers a lot. This is just going to add to my collection and my color variety to make even more art in my little art book, which I will eventually show you guys, the sketchbook full of my marker art now. I guess I do marker art now. So thank you to Arrtx for being wonderful. Check them out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.